Hello, it's Ricardo and welcome back to Elite Dangerous. This is a Squadron Fleet Carrier. And for those of you who may or may not know, the Squadron Fleet Carrier is a major new feature in the Elite Dangerous Vanguards overhaul of Squadrons, a Squadrons 2.0 as it were. It serves as a dedicated shared base of operations for your group, similar to a fleet carrier, but specifically tailored for squad-based gameplay. You have squad-based ownership, and what I mean by that, this carrier is owned by the squad's leadership and the founder of the squad, but can be managed and jumped by other members depending on their roles, ranks and permissions. It's bigger than a standard fleet carrier, with bank capacity for commodity ships and items, and of course you can have shared resources, but let's be fair, rules do apply. Just note that engineered ships or modules, including jumpstart ships, cannot be added to the squadron bank. So there's something to think about. So why does this matter to squadrons? Well, it's a mobile operational hub, which acts as both a staging area and a command centre, complete with briefing rooms, which we'll come to when we have a little bit of a tour on the inside of this carrier, where squads can launch coordinated activities. There's a shared economy aspect, strategic power with shared ships and supplies. It saves you jumping multiple carriers here, there and everywhere. And like I say, it's a way of Frontier to remove the glut of credits out of the Elite Dangerous galaxy. It's almost not about credits in Elite Dangerous anymore. It's about materials. And the fleet carrier is a great way. This fleet carrier, the Squadron Fleet Carrier, is a great way to separate you from those credits. So, there you go. Let's face it, you cannot store engineer modules and ships. It can hold your personal engineered modules and ships, but you can't loan them out. That's something very important to think about. But the lowdown effectively is the Squadron Fleet Carrier is your squad's own fleet carrier, built to serve as a shared base, provide shared storage and resource pooling, and support group operations. That's what it is in a nutshell. Let's take a look inside. Now you'll remember the old layout of the fleet carrier, and we'll come on to that a full tour straight away. But here's the elevators. This is a little bit disjointed, I realise, this video. If you go to the elevator and interact, you can go to your ship, if you got one, or you can go to a new area called the jump cabin. In we go. And out. This is a squad-based area where you can sit down if you don't want to be anywhere else. You've got a nice display screen. You've got all the panels you'd have on the bridge, just minus the big window, and you can sit down with your fellow squad mates while the ship jumps. Interesting stuff, isn't it? Saves you all being transported, I suppose, to the front of the ship, to the main viewing gallery, and if there's an absolute ton of you, well, let's face it, you now have this overflow space where you can sit in there while the ship does its funky thing. Okay, so here we are in Space Jock Squad Car, the lovely carrier Simon's got set up here. Over to the hangar, pretty much standard hangar. Of course, you've got your squadron emblem directly on the hangar deck floor. Kind of a lift and shift really from all the other carriers we've had. So that was Hangar 11. Let's get to the Concourse. That's what you want to see. Straight away, got a bit of a left and a bit of a right. So we're coming out at a bit of a different area, which is quite good. I quite like that. We've got the armed guards. Again, there's the emblem. Access to the carrier overview. Now Now, if you've got the right rank, you'd be able to manipulate this character. Simon's only granted me the rank of agent, though. I'll have to talk about this. So you've got the navigation, you've got the budget, you've got the squadron bank as well. So if you click on that, I don't have access to jump this carrier, and the jump capability of 500 light years. Again, with the bank. Open the bank. Here I am. I doubt I've got access to do this, but you can see he's been stocking up all of his assets. Let's carry on having a look around. So, got the armed guards, you've got the old crew just milling around, as they are. Nice big funky doors here. All good stuff. Again, no nonsense. With a face for radio. That's all I'm saying. Anyway. Moving around. There's the elevators where we came up. Over to the command deck. Well, and straight away we've got a new area here as well. It's quite good. We've got the service suspended sign here because that hasn't been put in yet. And over there. We've got the terminals dotted around. We've got shipyard. Again, lift and shift directly from the other carrier. Good stuff. And then here we've got the good old escape pods, the armed guards. Let's go to the command deck. Yeah, we're on the bridge. We're on the bridge. I go and sit in Simon's chair, but I can't. Access denied, because I'm not worthy to sit in his chair. It's not my carrier. We've got the crew milling around, sitting around, doing what they're doing. Got an iPad out, look. Wondering what to do there. At least they're not hovering off the seats, so that's been fixed. We've got the captain's ready room, or commander's ready room. Bit of a variation on this theme here. Of course, we've got squadron briefing room right here, which is very nice. Got a lazy layabout right at the back. There's always one in there right at the back, and I can sit there quite nicely and take on a mission briefing. It's a good little touch by Frontier. Nice tiered area. Desk. Sit in his seat. Yes. Behold, I am Simon. This is carrier operations. Look out my window. Moving on. Nothing else to see here. Of course, there's no rooms over there. Let's go down and worry these fine people. Yes, you are not levitating off your seats. Good for you. Into the lift. I'm surprised there's no way to get down to the main viewing area. I've always wondered about that. So again, out. Past the guards. And into the main viewing area. Again, a direct lift and shift from other carriers. And there it is. You can see the vastness of the thing. Sheer vastness. So, 25 billion credits. And have your own squadron. Interesting stuff, isn't it? If you've got a clan and a crew, it might be worthwhile for you. The upkeep costs are going to be high. It's 25 billion. I've often said that Frontier is going to be sucking out all the gluttony of credits that are in the game. This being the vault and the bank, which is all good stuff. So, you're going to form a squadron, get your crew together, and get a carrier, or you're going to make use of all the many other squadron carriers that are going to be around there. It's an interesting thing to think about, isn't it? I've been Ricardo. Let me know what you think so far about the squadron carriers. Interesting to get your thoughts.